He hid a whole child. Family secrets destroyed everything. Imagine discovering your brother has a secret daughter no one in your family knew about, not even his parents, and his wife threatens divorce if anyone tries to include that child in the family. You tell your parents because you feel they deserve the truth, and now your brother says you are ruining his marriage. So, am I wrong for revealing the truth? This isn't just a story about betrayal or secrets. It's about family, morality, loyalty, and who truly gets to decide what protection looks like. I'm Lisa, 33, married to my husband, Jake, and we've been together for almost 10 years now. My older brother Evan is 36. Growing up, we weren't always close, but in adulthood, things got better, mostly because Jake helped bridge a lot of gaps. Evan has always wanted to go into business for himself, but lacked the funding, connections, and, if I'm being honest, reliability. Jake, on the other hand, is a methodical, successful entrepreneur. He's built several businesses from scratch and has a meticulous approach to partnerships. So when Evan kept pitching business ideas, Jake politely declined for years, until recently. A few months ago, Evan came to us with a pitch that, surprisingly, Jake liked. He said it had real potential, so he told Evan he'd consider it, but only after doing a thorough background check. Now, Jake runs background checks on everyone before entering into any formal business. It's his standard procedure. He works with a trusted friend who runs these reports discreetly, and he's found out some important stuff over the years this way. This time, what Jake discovered shook us both. Evan had a daughter. Not just a kid from a fling, but a child who was around 5 years old, whose mother he still had financial arrangements with. The records showed monthly payments, a birth certificate, the mother's name, and that he wasn't contesting paternity. She was his child, no doubt. Jake was stunned. So was I. I didn't even know Evan had ever cheated on his wife, Tessa. They've been together for over a decade. I had no clue there was another woman, let alone a child involved. Jake told me gently, "Please don't say anything. This wasn't for you to know. I'm not even sure Evan knows I found this." But how could I not say anything? This wasn't just some embarrassing detail. This was a child, my niece, and my parents, who are loving, kind, and deeply involved in all of our lives, had no idea they had a granddaughter out there. I waited a few days. Then I cracked. I told them. Their reaction was immediate and heart-wrenching. They were stunned, confused, and devastated. My mom started crying. She kept saying, "How could he keep this from us?" My dad went into protective grandparent mode. "What kind of man abandons his daughter?" he muttered. Despite my asking them not to confront Evan directly, I just wanted them to know they went straight to him. According to them, when they asked about the child, Evan looked like he'd seen a ghost. Then he got angry. He told them it wasn't any of their business. That Tessa knew and that they were handling it. But here's where it got worse. Turns out Tessa, my sister-in-law, does know about the child and issued Evan an ultimatum. If he ever tried to bring this girl into the family, she would leave him. She wanted nothing to do with the consequences of his mistake. So, for the last 5 years, this child has essentially been hidden from our family, erased in a way. Financial support? Yes, but no photos, no visits, no birthdays, nothing. She doesn't even have our last name. This has created a full-blown civil war in our family. My parents are heartbroken. They want to meet their granddaughter. They want to include her, not shame her for how she came into the world. But Evan says no. He refuses to provide the mother's contact info. He says if we want to see her, we're essentially asking him to destroy his marriage. And honestly, I think he's telling the truth about that. Tessa has always been cold and controlling, and now she's laying down a brutal line, her or the child. My parents asked Jake if he'd use his contact to get the information for them, the name of the mother, maybe a way to reach out. Jake refused. He said it wasn't ethical. He wasn't going to weaponize a background check just to go behind someone's back. That's when things got messy. I told Jake that if he wouldn't do it, I would. I know who his background check friend is. I know how to reach him. I didn't say I would, just that I could. Jake and I got into our worst argument in years. He said, This isn't your mess to fix, Lisa. You're trying to tear open someone's family. I fired back. No, I'm trying to make sure a little girl doesn't grow up thinking she was never wanted, that she was some shameful secret. He said, but at what cost? You want to put this child, potentially start a custody war, break up a marriage just to ease your conscience. That stung. Because yes, part of this is about my conscience. But is that wrong? Now Evan hates me. He told our parents that if his marriage falls apart, it's my fault. That I set off a bomb and ruined everything. But what did I do? I told the truth. I didn't post it on Facebook. I didn't show up at Tessa's job. I didn't even tell friends. I told our parents, the child's grandparents. Was I naive to think they wouldn't react strongly? Maybe. But should the existence of a living, breathing child be buried forever because one adult made a bad choice and another is too proud to accept it? Let's be clear, this isn't about gossip or revenge. This is about a child, a niece I've never met, who probably wonders why her dad visits, but never brings her to family events. Why doesn't she get birthday cards from grandma or see her cousins at holidays? I don't want to make things worse for her, but I also can't be part of a family that quietly agrees she doesn't matter. So now, I'm stuck. Jake is furious. Evan is livid. Tessa is threatening divorce. My parents are aching. And I'm sitting here wondering, am I wrong for choosing truth over secrecy? Some secrets protect people. Others protect lies. I don't regret shining a light on a hidden child who deserves better, but I do wonder if I went about it the wrong way. So tell me, did I break trust? Or did I finally break the silence that never should have existed in the first place? All right, it's time for your judgment. Is she wrong for revealing her brother's secret? Was she meddling in someone else's life or righting a moral wrong? Comment below with your verdict, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you've ever had to choose between family peace and doing what's right. This story isn't just about drama. It's about legacy, loyalty, and the right to exist.